Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again. You know, when you listen to the social media and I guess every other media, we have people who are spokesmen of the problems that exist, informing one another, informing all of us the problems that exist, informing us of the problem, but never the fixing, the solutions. In fact, I have to admit either there aren't any solutions traveling around, or they are so few and they are so rejected until they appear to be non existent. But my purpose here is to say to everybody who has been listening and to those who will be listening that the solution is available, has always been available for anyone who have actually wanted it. We have recognized, and I'm sure we've learned quite well over the past few years of dealing with Donald Trump. We know that America, as I have said, and most of you will concur, has been a evil nation. We say America has been evil because of the pains and sufferings that are identifiable, but at the same time, we've called it a great nation because of the advancement. And we call it a great nation due to her advancement because of our understanding, how we've been taught to appreciate America's understanding. We have been able to appreciate America's understanding even when they were taking the natives' land because it made we feel that the land would be available to us. I remember as a black man growing up and watching the stories in books or watching it on television, how the West was won and stuff like this, that when you saw the soldiers and the government doing what they were doing to drive the Indians off their land and put them on reservations or kill them, it did not affect me. I'm speaking for me. I don't know about everybody else in such a negative way as it should have, because I always felt that now we'll have a place to stay. Yeah, so the nation had convinced me that the only way we could have a place to stay was to do what was being done. And so what we see happening today in America is an expression of what it meant when they said make America great again, was when they had control over, well, a lot of things, everything really, but more specifically for the purpose of this discussion, black people, people of color. When they had the benefit of all of this ugliness, the same ugliness of taking land, the same ugliness of having free labor, that's some stuff, huh? But you see what it has done, especially with MAGA and Trump being president, which is said to the world that a convicted criminal, a convicted felon with all of the ugly baggages that Donald Trump carries with him, appealed to the people of the United States of America to make him president. That whatever evil that he possessed, whatever low down dirtiness that was registered on his forehead, the American people said, that's what we want. And that's what the American people got. Now, what I have heard on many podcasts or social media sources, people say, we did not expect this. We didn't vote for this. And I've heard people respond to that as saying, yes, you did. You voted for it, but you didn't vote for it to happen to you. You knew everything that this crook was going to do, but this crook was going to do it for other people, you thought, because you had been shielded before. And now the rooster comes home and you are shocked, but you have expressed yourself. Everything that you see in Donald Trump, even that which comes to you, has always been there. You just didn't see it. You were too blind looking at other people and hating other people. So That's reality. What I'm saying to you is this: just as easily as you have allowed yourselves to sink this low, you can climb up. You don't have to stay down. You can build this nation to actually make it worthwhile. You can build this nation to make it great. But I want you to understand, greatness is not by your ability to possess power over other people, power that says that you have caused pain and suffering to get it. No, but your ability to serve them, the ability to use all the hell that you've been through as a marker to teach you steps that are proper to make that would lift you out of the ghetto and put you on the flow. I'm talking about where the people can be satisfied with their lives, where people can. Now, this is the kind of thing that seems to be so important to me. So I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, if you were willing to go so low, why not be willing to stand real tall and to do things that you now know that can happen to you as well? And learn from this by protecting yourself through the process of making sure that you protect everyone else. And that could be from different levels, but to me, there's no greater level than we can reach out to benefit not just all of us, blacks, whites, and everything else in between, but not just this nation, but people all across the globe everywhere. Because righteousness in one space is righteousness in every space. Righteousness is righteousness. And there's no better righteousness than for every human being to be satisfied in this life. No better righteousness than for every human being to be satisfied in this life. Everyone. And in order for that to happen, some basic standards have to be practiced. Some basic changes must be made. And what they are, ladies and gentlemen, entails you, the people, making the decision that every last one of you will be involved in the process. Every last one of you expect to benefit. Every last one of you got something to offer. And every last one of you, when you recognize what it is that you love and you have access and engage yourself in it, you will never have to work a day in your life. You just love, and your loving will create all of the heavenliness we would ever imagine. I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for just giving me this moment. I hope I said something. I don't want to hold you and bore you any longer. Until next time, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.